She hold us back, the team leader muttered, eyeing the latecomer with barely concealed skepticism. The elite precision shooting team exchanged subtle glances as she quietly prepared her service-issued rifle. No one expected much from her. The annual qualification drill would determine their mission readiness, pitting years of specialized training against her brief combat experience. As wind conditions intensified, targets appeared one by one. The veterans struggled under pressure. She never did. If this story of understated brilliance inspires you, consider following for more tales of overlooked heroes who prove themselves through action. The state-of-the-art military training facility hummed with activity as the elite precision shooting team prepared for their annual qualification drill. Digital screens displayed past records, boasting impressive scores, all bearing male names. The air carried the scent of gun oil and resolve. This wasn't just a drill, it determined eligibility for the year's most critical missions. Lieutenant Colonel Barnes stood at the command station, reviewing the day's parameters when his tablet pinged. He frowned, rereading the message before approaching the team. "Listen up," he announced, his tone brisk. "We have a last-second roster change. Command insists we integrate a new member today, Staff Sergeant Ryan Mitchell." The team leader straightened from calibrating his precision-modified rifle. "Today, the qualification is in 3 hours. Orders are orders," Barnes replied, handing Mitchell a digital file. "Sergeant Maya Chun will join us. Get her briefed." Mitchell's expression hardened as he scanned the file. The team crowded around, peering over his shoulder. "One tour? Administrative transfer from logistics support? Specialist Jackson." "Read aloud." "That's it. We've trained together for months." Corporal Diaz shook his head. "Why send someone without elite training for this qualification?" The door opened, silencing their complaints. A woman in standard fatigues entered with deliberate steps. Sergeant Maya Chun moved with quiet efficiency, her dark hair in a regulation bun, her expression calm as she surveyed the room. She wasn't tall or imposing, but her bearing hinted at an inner strength. Sergeant Chun, "Reporting as ordered, sir," she said to Colonel Barnes, her posture impeccable. Barnes nodded sharply. "Get situated, Sergeant. Briefing in 20 minutes. The men shifted away as she approached their prep table. Maya reached for a rifle cleaning kit, ignoring their wary glances as they reviewed her file. "Why her?" Specialist Torres whispered to Jackson. "We need top scores to maintain status." Jackson didn't lower his voice. "She drag. U.S. down," he said, loud enough for her to hear. Maya absorbed the comment without reaction, her hands moving methodically over her standard-issue rifle, checking each component with practiced precision. While the others used customized gear, advanced scopes, and grips, she assembled her weapon with steady, textbook motions. Mitchell approached, arms crossed. "Sergeant Chun, I understand this is sudden. What's your experience with precision shooting?" "I'm a qualified marksman, Staff Sergeant," she replied, her voice even. "Qualified marksman," Mitchell repeated, glancing at Diaz. "This isn't a basic qualification. This is advanced tactical shooting under stress." "I understand, Staff Sergeant." "Have you ever done team precision exercises?" "No, Staff Sergeant," he exhaled heavily. "All right. Stay close to Corporal Diaz. He'll guide you through our protocols." Diaz nodded reluctantly, clearly unhappy. The team resumed preparations, their camaraderie evident in their easy banter, inside jokes, shared memories, the language of those who trusted each other with their lives. Maya sat apart, excluded but focused, checking her gear. "Check these wind reports," Torres called out. "Gusting to 15 knots by midday." "Perfect," Jackson groaned. "As if we needed more challenges." The banter continued as they adjusted for the harsh conditions. Maya listened silently, making mental calculations. Unnoticed, her breathing followed a disciplined rhythm, and she handled her rifle with the instinctive familiarity of someone who knew its limits. Diaz approached, duty overriding reluctance. "Let me see your setup," he said, inspecting her rifle. "Standard issue? Everyone else uses custom gear?" "It'll do," she replied. "Your choice," he shrugged. The Course has 12 stages with varied target presentations. Wind changes throughout. Moving targets at stages 4, 7, and 9. Maya nodded. Thank you. We usually score 90% or better as a team, Diaz continued. That's the threshold for elite status, I understand. Her brief responses irritated him. Look, I know this isn't your fault, but we've worked together for years. We have a system. I'll do my best not to disrupt it, she said simply. Across the room, Mitchell spoke quietly with Colonel Barnes. Sir, with respect, this makes no sense. Why send someone untested for our qualification? Barnes's expression was unreadable. Orders from division. That's all you need to know. Can we delay to integrate her? Negative. The evaluation team is here. We proceed as scheduled. Mitchell returned, frustration clear. Final checks, everyone. We're on in 30 minutes. Asterisk, the team moved with polished efficiency, running through personal routines honed over countless sessions. Maya observed, then resumed her own methodical process. Jackson sidled up to Torres. $20 says she buckles under pressure. That's cold, Torres replied, though smiling. 30 says she misses half her shots. They fell silent as Maya passed toward the water station. If she heard, her face showed no reaction. She filled her canteen, sat, and closed her eyes, breathing deeply. Colonel Barnes called for attention. The team gathered around the central display as he outlined the simulation parameters. Today's qualification includes variable winds, moving targets, and stress scenarios mimicking field conditions, he explained, highlighting the digital course map. 12 stages, 4 minutes each. Perfect individual scores are 96 points. Team minimum for elite status is 88%. The screen showed a complex layout of targets at varying distances, some stationary, others moving unpredictably. Weather is worsening. Barnes continued. Expect increasing wind variables. Staff Sergeant Mitchell stepped forward. We'll proceed with standard rotation. Jackson, Torres, Diaz, myself, then Chun. He turned to Maya. Sergeant Chun, given your short preparation time, you might take alternate positions at stages 6 and 8. They're easier for newcomers. Maya met his gaze. I'll take the standard rotation, if that's acceptable. Staff Sergeant, Mitchell's eyebrow raised. Your call. Every point counts for our team score. As they collected their gear, weather reports confirmed escalating wind speeds, adding complexity to the course. The veterans grew tense. Jackson rechecked his scope, Torres adjusted his stance, Diaz practiced breathing exercises. Maya sat alone, eyes closed, her calm a stark contrast to their anxiety. When unobserved, she checked her phone, a photo of military medals beside a framed picture of a young man in uniform. She touched it briefly before tucking it away. Mitchell gathered them for final instructions. We've trained for this. Trust your fundamentals, adjust for conditions, don't overthink. We do this together. His eyes barely acknowledged Maya. The team moved to the simulation area, a sprawling range with multiple firing positions overlooking complex targets. Evaluation officers waited with tablets. As they took positions, Maya felt the weight of their low expectations. She checked her rifle, its familiar weight steadying her. The red light turned green. The qualification began. Jackson took first position, sighting his custom rifle. A human-shaped target appeared 300 meters out. He fired, hitting center mass. Mark, called the evaluator. 8 points. The team proceeded methodically. When Maya's turn came, she stepped up, assumed position, and waited. The others watched, some curious, others skeptical. The target appeared, moving laterally. Maya tracked smoothly, fired once. Mark, called the evaluator. 10 points. Mitchell's head turned sharply. A perfect score on a moving target was rare, especially for a novice. Luck, Jackson muttered. Asterisk at the second stage. Wind indicators showed stronger gusts. Targets were smaller, distances greater. The team maintained solid performance, but none achieved perfect scores. Maya settled into position, adjusted for wind, and fired. Mark, 10 points. Torres and Jackson exchanged glances. Diaz watched her thoughtfully. By the fourth stage, a pattern emerged. While the veterans performed well, Maya was flawless, hitting each target with unerring accuracy, regardless of distance, wind, or movement. "Who is this woman?" Torres whispered to Diaz as they moved to the fifth stage. The wind had intensified, forcing adjustments. Mitchell missed his first shot, scoring 6 points. Jackson scored 5. Frustration mounted. Maya stepped up, paused, feeling the wind, and fired. "Mark, 10 points." Mitchell stared, reassessing his assumptions about their last-minute addition. By the sixth stage, tension was palpable. The veterans huddled, casting glances at Maya, who remained focused. "This makes no sense," Jackson muttered. "No one shoots perfect in these conditions, especially not a logistics transfer." "Maybe her file's wrong," Diaz suggested. "Maybe she has hidden training," Mitchell silenced them. "Focus on your performance. We need every point." The sixth stage featured small silhouettes at extreme range with tricky crosswinds. Mitchell went first, aiming to regain momentum. He fired, hitting slightly off-center. "Mark, 8 points. Respectable, but not ideal." Others followed with 7s and 8s, Torres managing a 9. Maya took longer to set up, adjusting her stance. When she fired, the evaluator confirmed, "Mark, 10 points." Colonel Barnes, observing silently, noted something on his tablet. His attention on Maya sharpened. During a break before the seventh stage, Mitchell approached her. "Sergeant Chun, those are remarkable scores. Have you competed before?" "Some experience, yes," she replied. "Some experience," Mitchell echoed, intrigued. Before he could press, they were called to the seventh stage, featuring unpredictable, moving targets. Even seasoned shooters struggled. Jackson missed his first shot entirely when the target reversed. No mark. 0 points. His second attempt hit barely. Mark, 6 points. Torres and Diaz scored 8s, Mitchell a 9. Maya waited, tracking the target's rhythm. Her shot landed perfectly. Mark, 10 points. Mitchell studied her technique, recognizing something familiar in her controlled breathing and recoil. Management. By the ninth stage, the team's dynamics had shifted. Skepticism turned to curiosity, even respect. The targets were small, distant, moving in complex patterns with erratic gusts. "This is impossible," Torres muttered after missing his second shot. Mitchell scored a 7. Maya adjusted her stance slightly, tracked, and fired. "Mark, 10 points. That's not luck," Diaz whispered. "That's extraordinary." During a break before the 10th stage, Colonel Barnes approached Mitchell. "Your team's scores are below your usual standard. The wind is challenging." "Everyone except Sergeant Chun," Mitchell nodded. "Interesting, isn't it, sir?" "Very," Barnes replied. "Focus on finishing strong." The 10th stage simulated unstable field conditions. The team struggled, even Mitchell. Maya adapted instantly, her shots unwavering. Mark, 10 points. By the 11th stage, resentment had turned to awe. Targets required rapid engagement, testing speed and accuracy. Maya's performance remained perfect. The final stage combined distance, wind, moving targets, and time pressure. Jackson missed narrowly. No mark, 0 points. His second attempt scored 7. Torres and Diaz struggled, Mitchell managed. An 8. Unless Maya performed perfectly, they risked losing elite status. She took position, the wind at its worst, the target moving erratically at extreme range. The team watched, breathless. Maya stilled, becoming one with her rifle. Her shot was inevitable. Mark, 10 points. As she stepped back, the evaluator looked at Barnes, eyebrows raised. Barnes nodded. Qualification complete. Results compiling. The team gathered their gear in stunned silence. Mitchell approached. "Maya, that was phenomenal shooting. Where did you learn that?" "That wasn't standard training." Before she could answer, Barnes called for attention. "Team performance, 89.3%. Elite status retained." Relief rippled through the team, but their focus returned to Maya. How could a logistics transfer shoot so flawlessly? Barnes stepped forward. "Today's exercise tested your ability to adapt to unexpected team changes. Gentlemen, meet Sergeant Maya Chun, Olympic gold medalist, former world record holder for precision shooting. The team's expression shifted to shock after her brother, Captain David Chun, was killed in action. Sergeant Chun volunteered for active duty, earning the highest marksmanship scores in program history. Her assignment to this team is permanent. Mitchell recovered first. Sir, why wasn't this in her file? Intentional. This tested your ability to recognize talent without preconceptions, a skill critical in the field. The team reflected. On their initial treatment of Maya, Jackson looked away. Torres stared at the ground. Diaz seemed thoughtful. Dismissed, Barnes said. Report at 0800 for deployment briefing, Mitchell lingered. Sergeant Chun, I owe you an apology. Unnecessary, Staff Sergeant, Maya replied. Yes, it is. We made assumptions. She regarded him evenly. Apologies matter less. Then adapting. What's next? Mitchell nodded. Fair enough. Tomorrow's a new day. As they walked back, he tried a lighter tone. Olympic gold? Which games? Rio and Tokyo, she replied. Precision rifle, 3 positions. Jackson. Overheard, whistling. 2 golds, and you're here instead of training for Paris? Maya's expression flickered. My brother believed this work outweighed medals. After his death, continuing his mission felt right. Diaz spoke quietly. Your brother would be proud. Maya smiled faintly. Thank you. Barnes pulled Mitchell aside. Your team's initial reaction was disappointing, but the recovery shows potential. Yes, sir, it won't happen again. See that it doesn't. Sergeant Chun is your greatest asset. The next morning, the team assembled at 0800. The atmosphere was transformed. Curiosity replaced skepticism. Maya reviewed mission parameters. Earning respectful nods, Barnes began the briefing. Your team retained elite status. Now your next mission, Operation Sentinel, a high-value extraction in a contested mountainous region. Accuracy is critical with civilians nearby. He turned to Mitchell. I'm designating Sergeant Chun as primary shooter with you as spotter. Mitchell nodded. Yes, sir. Over 3 days, the team coalesced. Maya's expertise was sought, her techniques shared. Count your heartbeats, not seconds, she told Jackson, improving his grouping. Diaz asked, why give up competing? My brother and I learned to shoot together, Maya explained. He went military, I went competitive. After his death, medals lost meaning. The night before deployment, the team shared personal stories. Maya revealed her brother's silver and bronze stars, their unresolved debate over whose achievements were greater. I think you both won, Diaz said. The mission unfolded in a rugged mountain range. Maya and Mitchell set up a shooting nest, the team securing the perimeter. Winds gusted unpredictably. The extraction helicopter approached, hostiles unaware until one moved with an RPG. Permission to engage? Maya asked. Green light. Mitchell confirmed. At 1,200 meters. Maya neutralized the threat with a single shot. As hostiles reacted, she eliminated 2 more, securing the helicopter's approach. The extraction succeeded. At the base, Barnes commended them. Sergeant Chun, your 5 shots at extreme range are now training material. 6 months later, Maya's name topped the facility's records. 2 new female snipers joined, trained by her. Mitchell watched her coach a recruit. She's leading the way now, he told Barnes. Great capabilities come from unexpected places, Barnes replied. The wisdom is recognizing them. Maya glanced at her brother's photo, whispering, We settled it, David. Some medals mean more than gold.